Good morning and welcome to the online video classes of History and Civics. Dear students, today we are going to start chapter 3, the decline of the Mughal Empire. Dear students, in today's class we will start study with introduction of the chapter, Mughal after Aurangzeb, then BJFM, ASB means these are the names of Mughal emperors after Aurangzeb. As you have read earlier, Bhadsa, Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. And now after Aurangzeb we have this way to learn the names of the Mughal emperors in order, such as Bahadur Shah I, Jahadar Shah, Farrukh Shah, Mohammed I, Alamgir II, then like this all we have name, and Mirza Ghalib. So let's start with the introduction of the chapter. When we will start studying about this chapter, we will find that in Indian history, at the time of 18th century, during the first half of the 18th century, India had witnessed, you can say, the decline of Mughal Empire. That time, when other European countries were trying to establish themselves in India for trade, that moment was the decline period of Mughal Empire. Earlier, it was like this, that Mughal Empire was in 1707, was like this in India. It has a vast portion in India, but with the passage of time, due to the, you can say, extant empire of Britishers, in 1772 you can see the only last portion of Mughal Empire in India. From 1707 to 1772, you have seen in these pictures how Mughal Empire had declined in India. Now we will study about the Mughals after Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, when you are going to study about this, that Mughal after Aurangzeb, we are knowing that Aurangzeb has had its 50-year rule in the country, and he has controlled a lot of portion of the country. But just because of his some consequences or controversial strategy towards religion, it had created a, you can say, type of dissatisfaction into the public. So other kingdoms started breaking out from the one unite Mughal Empire, and after it, Mansabdari system had become hereditary. They were thinking that in Mansabdari system, the governors were thinking why we should give this much tax to the only Mughal emperor. We should own our own free countries and own free kingdoms, and we should have this much money or this much kingdom for us only. So they started breaking out from the Mughal kingdom, and when after the death of Aurangzeb, there was a fight between his successors, means his three sons, and that had weakened the empire, because whenever you are under the attack of a foreign invaders, or you can say Britishers were trying to enter in the country and they were thinking for the trade here, that time the Mughal had not concentrated toward this thing, and they have their own thoughts for their succession of the Aurangzeb. So this was also the reason of decline of a Mughal period. Now we will study about BJFM, BASB, means in short form I had given name to the Mughal emperors. Now one by one we will study about it. Bahadur Shah, Bahadur Shah Awal, born on October 14th, 1643, and died on 27th February 1712, also known as Muhammad Muazzam and Shah Alam, was the seventh Mughal Emperor of India. He was the third son of Aurangzeb, who came to the throne on 1707 at the at the ripe age of 64. Until his death, in his youth, he conspired to overthrow his father Aurangzeb and sixth Mughal emperor and ascended the throne. Means Bahadur Shah was the son who ascended his father from the throne. Jahandar Shah, he succeeded Bahadur Shah in 1712. Mirza Mohammed Muizuddin, born on 9th May 1661 and died 12th February 1713, more commonly known as Jahandar Shah, ruled a brief period in 712 to 713. But he had managed only a small period in his kingdom, and he was deposed by his nephew Farrukh Seer and ascended from the throne. Farrukh Seer, Abul Muzaffar Muinuddin Muhammad Shah Farrukh Seer Alim Akbar Sani Wala Shan Padshah Bahadur Bar. This was the full name of Farrukh Seer, and he is also known as Shahid-e Muzallam. He was born on 20 August 1685 and died on 19 April 1790. In 1790, he murdered the Jahandar Shah and ascended the throne, and he had come up to the throne with the help of two powerful ministers, Sayyid brothers. But when he tried to free himself from their influence, they killed him. And in 1719, so with whose help he had come to the throne, they had killed him at last, and he had lost his kingdom and life. Now we will study about Mahmud Shah. Correction: Muhammad Shah. Nasiruddin Muhammad Shah, born as Roshan Akhtar on 7th August 1702 and died on 16th April 1748, was Mughal Emperor from 1719 to 1748. He was the grandson of Bahadur Shah I and raised to the throne by Sayyid brothers. With the help of Sayyid brothers, he came up to the throne. Muhammad Shah was a great patron of arts, including musical and cultural administrative developments. His pen name was Sada Rangila. He is often referred as a Muhammad Shah Rangila, also sometimes Bahadur Shah Rangila, after his grandfather Bahadur Shah I. Alamgir II. He was born on 29th November 1759, was the Mughal Emperor and was the son of Jahandar Shah. He was the only ruler during whose time British has established their foothold in Bengal in the country, and by defeating the Siraj-ud-Dawla Nawab of Bengal. Shah Alam II, or you can say Ali Gauhar, historically known as Shah Alam II, was the 16th Mughal emperor and son of Alamgir II. Shah Alam became the emperor of the crumbling Mughal empire. His power was so depleted during the reign that it was led to saying Persian language Sultanate Shah Alam. The empire of Shah Alam is from Delhi to Palam, and he had tried a lot to oppose English East India Company, but he was failed in that. And during his period, only three cities of the country, Bombay, Madras, and Bombay, Madras, and Calcutta, was captured by the East India Company. Akbar II, he ascended the throne in 1806, but he had not given or received that much glory for the Mughal Empire, and he had become like he was like a British prisoner all the time during his rule. Bahadur Shah Zafar or Bahadur Shah II, born as Mirza Abu Zafar Sirajuddin Muhammad, 24 October 1775 to 7 November 1862. He was the last Mughal emperor in 1857. He was captured by the British and exiled to the Rangoon, where he died at last. He was a nominal emperor, as the Mughal Empire extended in the name only. His authority was limited to the walled city of the old Delhi. Now we will study about Mirza Ghalib. Ghalib, born as Mirza Asadullah Beg Khan on 27th December 1797, died on 15th February 1869, was a prominent Urdu Persian poet, and he was born in Agra. He was from a noble family, and during his time he has seen the economic prosperity and political power of Mughals had decreased as a foreign empire. By this time, Mirza Ghalib had become a laureate in 1854 in the you can say the court of last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. Mirza Ghalib, on the other hand, was expected to survive under the patronage of Mughal Empire, which was obviously not enough for him. And Mirza had not shy behavior for writing a letter to British Queen, but that was not so avail for him. The episodes of Mirza's life have highlights the power of the Mughal Empire and the entry of the new power in the north in the form of British, who had no sympathy of the problems of the Mughal nobility. During his lifetime, he had seen the declining Mughal Empire was eclipsed, displaced by the colonial British Raj, and finally deposed following the defeat of Indian Rebellion of 1857. Are some of the events he described throughout his works. Now, this is all for today's class. In our next class, we will study about the causes of the decline of Mughal Empire. Till then, have a nice day and thank you.